Hey guys, J-Man here. Okay, today we're doing another amazing fans segment. So that's where I talk to one person about their love of either like a movie or a character or a franchise or something, anything like that. If you want to be on one of these segments, just let me know in like either on Twitter, I'm at Lifetime Nerd, or you can message me in a video or something, and we can exchange information and we can work something out. So today we're going to be talking about a character who's one of my favorite characters from childhood. I have pictures of me holding a little toy of this character, and I had a big stuffed toy, and I had a chair that I would sit in. And it's just a character that has captured the hearts and the imagination of so many people, so many, like countless people. Probably the biggest character that Marvel has. Um, I'm gonna say, yeah, that's probably the biggest character that Marvel has. So, and that character, of course, is Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Okay, and today I've got someone special with me. He's been on so many times, everybody knows who he is. So we're gonna bring him in right now, and that's Andrew. What's going on, dude?
Hello, everybody.
Hey, all right. So let's just say hi, Skeptic. You're in the stream. Thanks,
There you go, Daniel
Daniel
Martin.
Martin. Thank you for joining. No, we're not talking about Spider Woman. Although I do like Spider Woman. I like Spider Woman.
Jessica
Um,
Drew.
Jessica Drew is very cool. Um,
Look at that,
all
my
right.
two OnlyFans.
No, Andrew has a lot. Andrew does have a lot of fans, but hey, Josh, thanks for popping in.
Oh,
Uh,
hey, Josh.
so, okay, let's start with you, Andrew. Because you and I have never really talked about this, and I know you like a lot of Doctor Who stuff, which you and I should do a Doctor Who
Yeah,
thing.
we should do
But
a Spider-Man next time.
today we're going to do just Spider-Man. So I'm going to give you the full screen, and let me know when you started with Spider-Man, and like why did you get into him, and why is he someone that you love? So
All right. Well, for what I can remember, it started when I was about like 5 years old, and I was given like this toy of Spider-Man, and I loved it so much. And then later down the line, I watched the 1994 animated series, and I loved the adventures. Then came You Know Who, the Sam Raimi trilogy, Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, and then I watched the Spectacular Spider-Man, and then I went from there. And what I like about the characters that is why Stan Lee created him to make him uh, just a normal kid who's like you and me, who's not like a dude with a suit of armor or a guy with a hammer or a dude with anger issues.
yeah, I think Spider-Man, what broke out a lot for people was he was just like an average guy. Now he was in high school for about a year or so in the comics. Oh, hey Ryan, how's it going, dude? Um, he
Uh,
was he was he was like a teen for about a year or so in the comics. And you know, Steven has been reading Amazing Spider-Man from number one. He's up to like 300 now. He's literally reading them all. And
wow. Well, I
yeah,
know his first appearance was in 1962.
Amazing Fantasy number 15, which is really cool. And then he did it. Yeah, Fantastic Four. There's a few team ups and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And then of
I
course Amazing
remember one
Spider-Man.
poster where it showed like Spidey looking like this.
Yeah, that's a famous one. That's a very famous one. I used to have that. Oh, you might not have known this. Check this out. I owned the licensing rights to distribute the Spider-Man comic strip. This is the newspaper strip that Stan Lee
Oh,
wrote. Stan Lee, I think, wrote the entire thing. And that strip, I don't know how long it aired for, or aired. I don't know how long it ran for. It stopped now, but it's in continuous loop. So that strip, I own the rights. I even have business cards made up, and I made an entire web a
thanks,
Facebook
Ryan.
group. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? How's it going, dude? Um, I made an entire Facebook group where I put every day the latest strip. It was really cool, and the licensing rights didn't cost that much. It was like $30 a month, and you could literally distribute the Spider-Man strip, and they would send you like seven at a time, and you'd have every day there'd be a new strip. It was really cool. But
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you
yeah.
should check it out. I think it's on King. If you look up King Comics Kingdom, Comics Kingdom has it. And they put one every day, which is really neat. But you want to show everyone your shirt? You want
Oh,
to show
my
everybody your
shirt?
shirt? Yeah, that's That's Spider-Man right there. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the cartoons. Obviously,
Oh, the
I
first
started
one.
with the '66 cartoon,
The
which was
first
great.
few years after his debut came the very first appearance of him in media.
Yeah, so I have that set in the top left corner. I have that. That's what I have. 67 collections. Yeah, that's the one I've got. And I met Paul Soule, right? I met the
Rest in peace.
he just passed away just like last week or
Yeah, when I
whatever.
first this show gave us the famous theme music.
Yeah. Oh, I have the theme music on my phone. I'm not going to play it just in case. But
Yeah,
I've got the
and
theme music as one of my ringtones.
yeah,
Um,
here's the thing: like when you look at what was done with the animation at the time, he like recycles the same animation every time.
Yeah, and they did that a lot to save on budget. They did it with He-Man as well. They did it with like all of those cartoons. And actually, this cartoon used a lot of backgrounds from Rocket Robin Hood, which was also a Canadian.
Really?
Um, if I try typing in Rocket Robin Hood
I
versus
mean,
Spider-Man and see what's going on. Hey, Caleb.
look how they did Spider-Man in the animation. Only
Yeah, and
the
they didn't
head's
do
web.
they didn't do the webbing on his chest because they wanted to save. Yeah, that helps save on animation and the art and everything like that.
And here's the thing: like every time he shot a web, it wasn't the famous pose. It was this.
Yeah, he had different. He would sometimes he would be like, like he would do it all these different ways. It was kind of neat. I also had the
And
Mego doll.
And the funny
Uh,
thing is, when you hear Peter Parker, he sounds like this normal guy, but when he puts on the mask, he lowers his voice.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was. That's an awesome cartoon.
Yeah, and then fast forward to let's say 1977, and then you get the first appearance of him in live
Yes,
action.
Nicholas Hammond. So
What do
I've
you
got
think of
all
this
of
version of
these.
the character?
Well, I mean, I loved it because I watched this as a kid, and I had all the VHS tapes of it. There's one episode missing from the VHS tapes for some reason. I don't remember why. Hey, Sean, what's going on, dude? Thanks for dropping in. We're just talking about Nicholas Hammond, man. Who's the best?
Here's the thing: like
Uh,
when this version of Peter Parker, it's way different from what we usually get.
yeah, he was a bit more serious. He was a photographer. He was a photographer.
You
Jameson's
still
in
had
it.
the J.
Jameson's great.
Jameson.
Jameson was actually really good
Yeah,
in
here's the thing, like
this.
he never fought like any of the his rogues guy.
No, I think they just felt that it was too expensive, or they just couldn't realize it properly.
What do you think of
He did.
how they
There
did
was
the
a clone of
costume?
Spider-Man. There was a clone of Spider-Man in one of them.
Yeah, I remember it was like and it was just Nicholas Hammond.
Yeah, I do
Oh,
remember. I have that, of course. I have a. They did a special. Oh, I'll grab that because it's right here. I can grab that
Skeptic
without
says
moving too
Hammond
much.
needs to be in No Way Home.
That would be sick because he was in the movie with what's it called? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So check this out. This here is a
Oh, look
Hot
at
Wheels.
that.
It's a Hot Wheels toy. It's sealed, so I don't want to open it. It's a convention exclusive, and it's a Hot Wheels toy of the Japanese Spider-Man. And look at that. That's pretty cool.
Oh, look at that. It's not bad.
It's really nice. It's
And
very hard to get this. It's literally
Daniel
just a
says
Hot Wheel.
he's got those wrist web shooters.
Yeah, yeah. It comes out of the now. You're not seeing them in this photo, but they are there.
Yes, I think it was like say this photo.
Yeah, there you go. And it shoots like
It's
kind of
weird
like a
that
rope.
he shoots like
Yeah, because he's shooting like literally like a rope or whatever.
yeah, it
But
is,
you know,
but
it was cool.
here's the thing, like Peter looks like he looks like he's about 30.
Yeah, so he's not, which is okay because to me, Spider-Man, right? He is a man, and he's not. He's in university in this
Let's
series.
think about this version. What do you think how he did the costume?
I mean, I thought it looks pretty. I thought it looked really cool. As a kid, we thought this was really cool.
I mean, he's got the weird bug eyes.
Yeah, so if you look closely, there's like little dots, so that way he could see through.
Yeah. So then after this, we got another cartoon in 1981, and that's
Yeah,
Spider-Man is an Amazing Friend.
no, there's one before that, which
Yeah,
was
there's
a solo series. Yes, that morphed into Amazing Friends, and neither of those cartoons have come out to buy on Blu-ray or DVD. so I don't have these. But I think they're on Disney Plus. Is that correct? I believe
I think
so.
so. And with this version,
Pineapple Pizza. Oh, how's it going, dude? Hey, you just subscribed the other day, right? Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate
he
that.
subscribed to me too.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I love the Spider-Man. I love I
Here's
love
the
the old
thing: the
cartoon.
voice of Spider-Man in this cartoon was Dan Gilvezan.
So what did you say? Sorry.
The voice of Spider-Man in this version is Dan Gilvezan.
Oh, he looks cool. Like and like Iceman and Firestar, that was a wicked little team or whatever. I thought that was a really cool. I thought it was a
Yep.
really cool team.
And we fast forward to the 90s. Then comes my first introduction to the character.
Yeah, this is a great cartoon. This was probably the last one that was really, really good. I did like Spectacular. That was kind of fun. I don't think this. I don't know if this came out proper or not. What's your favorite? Oh, thanks, Daniel. I appreciate the sub. What? Hold on. I missed a comment here. I wanted to look at.
Spidey's first live-action appearance was on the Electric Company in 1974.
Yes, Sean. Yeah, we watched that. There was a comment I wanted to look at. What's your favorite Spider-Man cartoon, Andrew?
Oh, it's gotta be Spectacular Spider-Man and this one.
90s. Yep. I think the 90s is the best one.
Well, you think
No,
about
I
it,
like the 67 one because I grew up with that, but the 90s one I thought was pretty darn cool,
I
actually.
mean, this was the first media appearance of Venom.
Yeah, and they kind of did it pretty good, actually. It wasn't too bad.
He's voiced by Hank Azaria.
Oh my god, that's awesome. I didn't know that. So yeah, Electric Company 74. Yes, yeah. So that's an old
Let me
school
bring that
TV
one up.
show. Do Electric Company Spider-Man. You can see what that was kind of. There you go.
Hell?
This is where it was like I can't see. Yeah, like there you go. And he would talk like a cartoon, like they would do the little word balloons or whatever. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I love that.
I mean,
Spider-Man Unlimited. Yes.
yeah, that's actually the next one in history. That's actually the next one.
Did you like Spider-Man Unlimited? I think it was where Nick Fury was training him, right? Or am I wrong on that?
That's where he looks like this.
Was this the one where Nick Fury was training him, or was
that's Ultimate Spider-Man?
Oh, that's Ultimate Spider-Man.
This is the one where he goes to like counter Earth.
Yeah.
And he teams up with like stop like these mutants and Venom and Carnage.
Yeah. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean,
that's Bubble Electric. Yeah, he had the thought bubbles. That was cool.
Venom smells. What do you think of this outfit he has here?
I'm not a big fan of this because I like the classic Spider-Man outfit. This is kind of weird. Yeah, like that. Like, do you like the webs under the arms, or do you prefer no webs?
Classic Spidey. And when I look at this, I feel like it's more Batman Beyond.
Yeah, it doesn't feel exactly like what we would
Limited was a sequel to the '90s series.
So Pineapple. I like the '60s one as well, and then probably the '90s is my second, and then your Pineapple second is Unlimited. Unlimited was a sequel to the anime. Oh, okay.
The '90s cartoon. That actually makes sense because when this shot came out, at the '90s, like
Yeah.
I love that theme music. All right, so after this came a big break in Spider-Man on the big screen in 2002.
But wait, we go to the Japanese. We skipped the Japanese Spider-Man.
Oh,
Did you like the Japanese? Did you like the Japanese Spider-Man? It's pretty fun, actually. It's really neat.
Here we go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Whoa. What's the? Oh, did you know if you check this out? Type in 3 DEV space DEV Adam, and then do Spider-Man after that. There you go. So I have this movie. So check it out. Captain America and the luchador El Santo team up to fight.
I'll give you that. He looks like that, but that's not Spider-Man.
Yeah, so Spider-Man's a serial killer, and they're trying. And Captain America, and I have this movie, by the way. So Captain America and El Santo team up to fight the serial killer Spider-Man. Isn't that weird?
Well, here's the thing. He looks like that, but he doesn't look like Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man does not look correct at all in that.
So where was I? After the Japanese
So the Japanese one.
Yeah, I hear.
Uh,
I heard that they're gonna bring this version into the Spider-Verse animated sequel.
oh, that would be so fantastic.
I also heard that Christopher Daniel Barnes might be willing to voice the '90s Spider-Man again for the sequel.
That'd be cool too. Do you have the new? I don't think I have that one, Anthony. Spider
Isn't that
Man's
the
hard
one
to
with,
get stuff.
is that the one with Neil Patrick Harris?
I don't remember. Nicholas Hammond was still doing cons. Oh wow, not
Oh,
I
that's
haven't
true.
seen him
That's
come.
true, actually.
I never saw him at Canada in Canada. Yeah, Turkish Spider Man. That's what it's called. Yeah, the movie's called Three Dev Adam, which means three great men or whatever,
Let's see.
or
This
three
episode,
giant men. It's sort of like it sort of means three giant men.
hmm.
Um,
This episode says the '90s series incorporated classic comic stories. That's
oh
true
yeah, it
because
did, it did for sure. Yeah,
it did the Secret Wars, it did the Clone
yep,
Saga.
yep, it did all of that. Anthony wants you to look up the 2003 MTV Spider
All
Man.
right, 2003 MTV Spider-Man. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, I do have some. I might have some of that actually. I think some of that did come out.
And you want to know something interesting? This smooth show was supposed to be in continuity with the Raimi films.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah, I guess so.
because
I
I
guess.
mean, look at this costume. It looks very like the Toby suit.
Yeah, this is like CGI ish, right?
Yeah, and
You know,
Peter is voiced by Neil Patrick Harris.
that's really interesting. Yeah, I don't think I watched this.
And it incorporates some villains like the Craven and Silver Sable. It even included Michael Clark Duncan's Kingpin from the Affleck Daredevil.
Wow. Yeah. So Sean thinks that the '90s one. Yeah, I think Sean's right. Maybe the '90s series is the best if you look at all of the factors. Would you say that's the best one then, Andrew? If you have to look at everything and consider all the points.
When you look at, yeah, I guess. I mean, it has everything Spider-Man, all the villains, all the classic stories like the Venom saga, the
Yeah.
clones, and Secret Wars.
Yeah, so I think that is probably the best one because the '60s one was awesome, but the thing is that it didn't because it got really weird in the last season. It was very sci-fi because they were taking a lot of stuff from
Yeah,
Rocket
and
Robin
there
Hood.
were times where he fought like Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Electro.
Yeah, that was all in the beginning, and then actually Vulture in that series
Oh
was
yeah,
Blackie was Blackie something. It wasn't the real Vulture. It was the alternate Vulture, which is
this
I
is a
can't
great
remember
one
his
too.
name. Blackie something.
This is a great cartoon too. The Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, MTV Spider. Yeah, that's that. I have that one.
Hey,
I
they
have
said, look
that
at
one.
this. I have it right here, dude.
Yeah, yeah, I have this one. I have on DVD.
This I think is
Hey,
on the
hey,
same level.
Arkham.
I think the show Spectacular Spider-Man is on the same level as the '90s series.
Yeah. So, but I don't think it lasted. It didn't cover as many stories. I don't think.
Well, it only lasted 2 seasons, but he did fight like his major villains. I mean, here
Who's
he
your
is.
favorite? So, who's your favorite villain? We never talked
Ooh,
about that.
that's a tough one. I'm in the toss between the Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and Venom.
Those are your top three. So, how come those three?
Well, those three are his major enemies.
I guess Venom because of the whole connection with Eddie Brock and all of
And
that.
the Green Goblin because he's the
Because of the
son
Gwen
father,
Stacy, he killed
and
his.
and Harry Osborn too.
Yeah, and then Doc Ock was. I when we were kids. Maybe Sean can see what Sean. Tell me what you think. As when I was a kid, I always thought Doctor Octopus was his main villain, or Green Goblin. Those were the two that I always thought. But then, obviously, when Venom showed up, it was pretty big. How old
So,
were you? Do you know how old you were when Venom came out? Were you still a little kid, or were you born when Venom
Tom
came
Hardy
out?
Venom?
Like the no. I mean the character of Venom, not like just
Oh,
in comics.
I was born in 2000.
You were born in 2000, so yeah, wow. So you weren't around when Venom came out. I remember when Venom came out. It was a pretty big deal. I've got the first when Venom had his own series. I still have those comics, like the first three or four. I kept those because I thought, this Venom character might become something big, so I kept those. I never
Yeah.
had Spider-Man 300, which I think is his first appearance. I don't have that one.
So the next cartoon in after Spectacular Spider-Man, which was a great series, was Ultimate Spider-Man.
This was the Nick Fury one, then, right?
Yeah, in my opinion, this show was bad.
I wasn't a fan of this one either that
Because
much.
you made Harry Osborn Venom.
Oh, is that what happened in that show? That's really
That was
silly.
one of the things. They had this thing with oh look, Skeptic says Green Goblin is the main villain to him.
Yeah, everyone has their kind of thoughts on that.
I find it funny that Toby and Jake Gyllenhaal were brothers in the movie, and Toby's Spider-Man and Jake is Mysterio.
Yeah, Sinister Six is wicked. Or they called it Insidious Six, or
Yes,
didn't they? What?
it had Mysterio, the Shocker, Rhino, Mysterio, and the Chameleon.
I think Chameleon was in the original Sinister Six too. Look up Spider-Man 2012.
Oh yeah, I just
Yeah,
did.
Ultimate Spider. We looked at that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then came this cartoon in 2017.
So that's what we're looking at right now. I think. What do you
Yeah,
think
this is
about this
the
one?
more modern version right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not digging this one that much.
Yeah, I stick with 1994 and 2008.
Yeah, I don't know. I could. It started to get. There's so many
Yeah, I
cartoons that I
mean, look at
start to lose track.
you brought in Miles and Spider Gwen.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Truth, how's it going, dude?
Hey,
Um,
Truth. And
do you
you
like
had
Spider Gwen?
a female Iron Man.
Is that Riri? I hate Riri. She stinks. But hey, do
Yeah,
you like Spider Gwen? Are you a fan of Spider Gwen or not as
I
much?
liked her in. Oh, look, you got the Avengers.
You liked her in the Avengers?
Oh, no, no, yes,
What'd you
I do
say?
like Spider Gwen. I liked her in the animated film.
Oh, in the anime? Yeah, like in the Spider Verse.
Let's see. This stuff says Doc Ock was supposed to be Spider-Man's Joker, always put in Spider-Man me in the 70s and 80s. Later in the Sinister Six, but Goblin has the better stories.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, see, like because he was the leader of the Sinister Six, so I always thought he was kind of the main villain. But yeah, Green Goblin has some good stories too, so it's hard to say.
So
Um,
now, as we move into the live action territory, after Nicholas Hammond, the first big screen appearance of Spider-Man came in 2002.
yeah, so I mean, this movie was huge. I already told everybody the story about how I couldn't get tickets in advance, and we were driving around trying to find a theater that wasn't sold out, and I was like so furious.
Yeah,
Ever
it came
since
out
that
on May
day,
3rd. It came out on May 3rd, 2002.
you were 2 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
And to me, this is the real Spider-Man.
Hey, they did do that in Homecoming. What Daniel is saying. That's a very
With the
famous.
classic Ditko cover.
Yeah, that's a very very famous drawing of him like underneath, and they kind of did that where he powered through it or whatever. That was kind of cool.
Fun fact, this was the first poster for the movie.
Yep, I remember. Yeah, Twin Towers. Yes, I think Green Goblin is better than Hobgoblin in my opinion. Twin Towers. Yeah, I remember all of this coming out, and then they had
Yeah,
to recall the posters.
and it was this right here.
Yeah,
I like the shot. I like the shot right here, Toby.
there's some good shots. Yeah,
And so when it came out, like, what do you think of like the first movie had him battling the Green Goblin?
I thought that was a good idea because it set up a lot of stuff. The costume doesn't look at it's a little bit too much like a Power Rangers outfit, but Willem Dafoe was just the best.
Perfect
Like
casting.
perfect. He was so perfect in that. Wow.
Yeah,
Uh,
and what do you think when they back in the day when they casted Tobey Maguire?
I think everyone was kind of like okay with that, and he was great. I really like him a lot. He's my favorite of the
Yeah.
live action people. I don't know. He just really felt like Peter Parker to me. I love all the stuff in the school. You know, I love him getting jobs and being the
Yeah,
pizza delivery boy and stuff. That's really cool. All that kind of fun stuff.
yeah. When you compare the three we have right now, the one that's more closest to the Peter Parker from the comics was Toby.
Yeah, and this is like sort of our Spider-Man. Sean always says this is like our Spider-Man growing up. Like this is the Spider-Man that we knew. It's the world of Spider-Man is what he always
And
says. Like
here's
it's
the
like
thing:
James
when you
Sin and
think
the
about it,
Bugle.
yeah, and when you think about it, Toby was the only one who actually fought Spidey's major foes in this gallery.
Yeah, see, like my favorite is Vulture, and Michael Keaton was the great. Michael Keaton's been the best part of the, and Jake Gyllenhaal's really good too. Vulture and Mysterio and Scorpion are like my three favorites, with Doc Ock and Craven. I think is my five. But like, it was so
Let's
cool
see.
to have like Michael Keaton as Vulture was awesome, and Jake
I mean, the
Gyllenhaal as
dude's
Mysterio
Batman.
was awesome. Yeah.
Let's see.
Um,
Skeptic says the best fight scene it was the bloody fight with Spidey and the Green Goblin.
that was a pretty good battle.
Yeah, let me see what that was. Versus Green Goblin 2002. I think it was. Yeah, let's see here. When you look like this.
Yeah.
I mean, when I watched this scene, I was like, I kind of fell for it because my favorite hero was getting his ass handed to him.
This was this was a major battle.
Yeah, he actually had blood.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And all in all, Spider-Man was a big hit in 2002.
Oh, for sure. For
And
sure. Everyone loved it.
then in 2004 came the sequel, Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. And Spider-Man 2 is one of the best superhero movies of all time, not just for Spider-Man, but for any hero, I think.
Oh, that's right, Daniel. Flash Thompson was Deathstroke.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's yeah. So
And Spider-Man 2,
is Spider-Man 2 your favorite?
yes, actually my top three are Spider-Man 2, the original film, 2002, and Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because when it comes to the three actors, when I watch the Raimi films, I feel like I'm actually watching a Spider-Man film.
Hmm.
When I watch the other guys, I feel like I'm just, it doesn't feel like a Spider-Man film.
I mean, it's a different kind of take. So the Homecoming movies hit the same seriousness of the Raimi film. I got three. I mean, we'll
Yes.
see how like. Michael Keaton is awesome. Oh, hey Pikachu, what's going on, dude?
And I agree with the seriousness because when you look at Sam Raimi, the dude's been a Spider-Man fan, and when you see how he handled the characters, Sam Raimi got the characters in the world of Spider-Man like a down pat.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, I agree with you. Like, I know we sometimes we disagree on some other stuff, but on Spider-Man, we're on the same page. Like, Sam Raimi captured it. Like, when I was sitting in that theater, I was like, wow, this is Spider-Man come to life. Um, what
I
did you
mean,
think? Now, this is a big thing. So, hold on a second, Andrew. What did you think of this? What did you think of the organic web shooters? Because some people don't like it, some people are okay with it.
well,
I was okay with it. What are your thoughts?
I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, you still, I mean, I think like if you got like bit by a spider, the webs will come out of your wrist.
Yeah,
I
when they
mean,
come out of your butt,
uh,
spiders shoot web out of their butt.
but still, I mean, even though he didn't like do anything, you still
Right.
saw Peter's intelligence in Toby.
Yeah, I'm okay with I was okay with the organic web shooters. I understood the need for them, and it didn't really bother me that much. So it was that's like something where it's like you just have to accept it, and if you accept that small little change, then it's pretty much the comics.
Yeah,
Did
and
you like
also,
Spider-Man 2.5? I think 2.5 is better. Sean's
yeah,
asking.
I mean, it shows a little bit more of the fight scenes between him and Doc Ock. Well, that
Yep.
reminds me. Bring the picture back up. When Spider-Man 2 came out, you had him fight a new villain in Doctor Octavius, played by Alfred Molina. What do you think of that?
Mhm. Oh, he's the damn best. I love it. I love everything about Spider-Man 2. To me, it's like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and here's a good picture right here.
Yeah. I've got the
And then,
posters of I've got some of the original 27 by 41 sheets, double sided posters. They're really cool. Oh,
and also
we
you got
missed
that
Skip.
famous fight scene on the train.
That train scene is the damn best. Oh, yeah, yeah. We heard about this where, yeah,
Yeah,
it's like,
they
yeah,
said that
yeah.
the anime film was gonna have Spider Ham talk to the three live action actors, but they said it was too soon.
What is this? You're going to get food? Any suggestions? Yeah, buy Pizza Pockets or something, Pizza Pops.
What was Sam? Oh, he was gonna do the Vulture with played by John Malkovich and Black Cat by Anne Hathaway.
Wait, what are we reading here?
Did you
Oh,
hear people hated McGuire so much? That camera guy called Joe Manganiello over during the locker fight scene and said, "I'll pay you $100 to punch Toby for real."
oh my God. So
What?
mean.
He couldn't be that bad. 2.5 is the worst because the line from the pizza guy was different when he says, "Go."
He's just being silly. 2.5 is better because it's extended. It's not
Uh,
extended that much. It's not like so much longer. It's just a little bit. It's just a little bit longer, so
I got.
that's fine.
You think of the one plot in Spider-Man 2 where he lost his powers?
Well, that's kind of out of the well. It's sort of in the comics where he says Spider-Man no more, and he throws and that's literally a cover, right? With the spider
Yeah.
suit, like, or not a cover exact. I don't know if it's a cover
People said they
exactly,
hated
but
that plot point, saying like he
it,
doesn't want to do it anymore. People said they hated that.
I mean, the thing is, that's from the comics, so it's hard to argue. And it just helps in that movie because you need to have something happen where there's some drama, right? And I think that was done well. The organic web shooters was James Cameron thing. Yes, that's right. I don't know
Yeah.
why they kept it. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, they adopted it for a while, but they got rid of it. Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so then
I'm okay with it.
after the greatness of Spider-Man 2, we got the third film in 2007.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite as bad as everyone makes it out. It's just that Venom. There's the two things that I don't like that are the big points. Are I don't like the Sandman and Uncle Ben thing.
Oh yeah,
Um,
the retcon that the Sandman killed Uncle Ben.
yeah, I don't like that at all. And then the other
Yeah.
thing is that I don't like the Venom story is not bad, but because it was so short, it feels like they wasted Venom. That's the
What do you think
problem.
of how they handled the Black Suit storyline?
I thought it was pretty cool.
Well,
I thought
basically,
this looks cool to me.
here's the thing: is this basically the red and blue until we're black?
Yeah, which makes sense that the symbiote would adopt the same suit he already has. Hey, Gray Malkin, thanks for popping in. Anne
Yeah,
Hathaway as Black Cat would be nice.
yeah, and we also like they also with this film they built it up Harry being a villain with this year.
Yeah, that suit was a bit weird, but I understand they just wanted to wrap that story up, so they just quickly had him do something in the beginning just to wrap it up, which it was okay. That the suit, yeah, I agree, Anthony. That suit was not very good,
What you said
but I
about
mean,
Venom?
but look at
You said
Venom.
about
Like
Venom?
Venom looked pretty good. That looked pretty cool for then, right? And like he looked
Here's
kind
the
of
thing:
scary.
he needs to be more bulkier.
That's true. He needs to be bulkier, but his face looked pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean, look at this.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, I think like when you compare, I mean, compare with this Venom to what we got in 2018.
But see, this Venom's so jokey and all that. It's just I don't know.
Here's the thing: when you compare the both of them, for Grace's Venom, he got the look right, the origin right. For this Venom, he got the look and voice right, and
Right?
the size.
Yeah. Without Spider-Man being in it, you can't use Venom. It just seems weird to me. Oh, it would have been great for my buddy Bruce Campbell, who I met,
Oh,
got his
he was
autograph
supposed to be
picture.
Mysterio because he appeared in
That,
all three films as
yeah,
the
that'd
ring
be the best.
announcer, as the door person, and as the
Yeah,
waiter.
as the waiter. Yeah. The second movie is the best. We all love that one. Venom was Venom looked trash. What are you talking about? No, not either. He's not that bad. I
Here's
wouldn't
the
say
thing,
this is
like
trash. Like I know that's your word, but would you? Do you think this was trash? Or I mean, I thought it looked pretty cool.
well, here's the thing, like with this Venom, he refers to himself as I instead of we.
Yeah, I mean it is the Venom character was not utilized perfectly, but it wasn't so awful. It was weird that the FF sequel came out and then the next year we had Iron Man. Yeah, I know. It's like all of a sudden Iron Man restarted facts about Sandman, Uncle Ben. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. Venom
Venom
was
was
too
too
skinny. Yep,
skinny.
yep. We all agree with that. I think
So you're saying
everyone
that
agrees.
so you guys are saying that other than his size, the look of Venom in this film was done right?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Let me find a better photo. Let me find a better photo. Let's see.
It's not too bad.
No. Well, I did have a awesome like becoming Venom in the church, and he does this.
That's cool.
And after the bomb, even though
Hey
Spider-Man 3
Dave.
was a big hit, it bombed at the box office, and
No,
then
it didn't bomb. It did not bomb. It made lots of money, but I think people weren't pumped up for it. I'm gonna check and see what it made just to make sure I'm not lying to you.
okay,
Keep going while I look that up. I want
and
to see
then
because
just a
I
few
remember
years,
thinking it made a lot of money.
yeah, well, a few years later in 2012, Spider-Man got rebooted, and we got the Amazing Spider-Man.
All right, so hold on. It made box office was 895 million.
Oh,
Yeah, that so 894 million box office for Spider-Man 3. That's very good, right?
Cannibal Pizza said we couldn't forget about this.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, that was funny to me. I thought it was funny. Yeah, he had the muscles and all that. That's true.
Would have looks better as
He's
Spider-Man
just
and 3
being
Venom was
he's being
trash.
silly. Spider-Man 3 Venom is trash. I wouldn't say it's trash. It's not as good. It could have been better, let's say
Oh yeah,
that.
I almost forgot. Spider-Man 3 had Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, that's right.
And she was played by Bryce Dallas Howard. Did you like that cat?
Yes. Yeah, I thought she was all right.
Did you prefer Emma Stone a few years later?
Yeah, maybe.
Let's
Maybe.
see. Daniel says, I didn't like how quickly Venom teamed up with Sandman.
I know, but like there's a lot of script problems and story problems. We got Gwen Stacy Spider-Man 3. Yeah, that's right. It should have been reversed. You're right. It was kind of
The
weird.
Skeptic says, the emote dance was a callback to Raindrops Are Falling on My Head.
Yeah, my head. Yes, that's right. Bryce was fine. Yeah, she's fine. She's fine.
I bet everyone back in the theater laughed at Toby dancing in the streets.
Well, the whole point of it is that like he's got this weird confidence now, so he doesn't care if he's nerdy anymore. That's the point of it. So I think it serves a purpose, and I thought it was kind of
Here he is
funny.
with Joker right here.
That's great.
So anyway, fast forward a few years later, the franchise got rebooted with The Amazing Spider-Man 2012.
Yeah, I did not like this movie at all.
Why is that?
Uh, I just didn't like the look of the costume. I didn't like the lizard being like a
His
naked
costume?
lizard thing. I didn't like the naked. I didn't like naked lizard. I felt
No, I
Spider
feel
Man
like
was very silly. Like he leaves his camera behind with his name on it and stuff. I don't know.
oh, look at Skeptic. He says Mary Jane was the worst part of the Raimi trilogy.
I liked Mary Jane. I didn't like her in the beginning when I watched it, but now that I've gone a bit older, I mean it's 20 years ago or whatever. It's like I'm watching it again. I liked her a little bit more.
So
Emo Peter
anyway,
was a bum.
when it comes to this new version of Spider-Man, what do you think of them casting Andrew Garfield?
He looked okay. I liked Andrew Garfield in part two. Spider Man grew on me. I agree. He must. Yeah. Garfield's basketball costume. Yeah, I don't like it at all. Yeah, did I said the basketball texture, right? I remember because I
His
always said he's
basketball
looking at a
costume.
basketball because it has this weird
Here is right
texture of a
here. Right here.
basketball.
I think this came off the heels of the Dark Knight trilogy. The lizard was a Goomba from the Super Mario Bros. Film.
Yeah, he was
I
not
mean,
very
isn't the lizard supposed to
good.
have like a longer snout?
He didn't look scary. He wasn't as bumpy, and I don't know. He just didn't look scary. He did look like a Super Mario
Let's
Brothers
see.
Goomba.
The Garfield ones were okay, like focused on Peter's parents and more Peter's past, kind of like Ang Lee's Hulk.
Yeah, except for Ang Lee's Hulk, the parents were important in that story. The parents were not important in this story. It didn't really even get resolved properly, I don't think. I don't think Peter's parents really mattered to me ever when I was younger. Did they matter to you? Like, did you ever think where are Peter's parents?
I care more about Spidey being of the bad guys.
Yeah.
How could
Uh,
let's see. I will say when I first saw it, I fell asleep in the theater, but after reading Ultimate Spidey,
yeah, so it's like
I
I
like the
like the
Amazing
Amazing
Spider-Man one,
Spider-Man.
but the suit is trash.
The suit is not very good, no.
What is the point of Peter's
Right.
parents?
There was no point. That's the see in Ang Lee's Hulk, whether you like that movie or not, the father is the villain, and he makes Banner the Hulk with his
Yeah, he's the
meddling and
reason
his,
why Bruce become the Hulk.
right. So that mixed with the radiation.
Oh,
So
fun
the
fact
thing
on
is that the point of view of the parents in this movie was so forgettable. In fact, I did forget until you mentioned it just now. I totally forgot that was even a part of this movie.
Even though ignore the poster I have behind me because that's not my Spider-Man. I only got that when I went to the theater to see it.
That's okay. I think any poster is cool.
Truth says I'd take Spider-Man 3 over Amazing Spider-Man 2 any day.
I agree with that. I agree with that
You
statement.
remember how Spider-Man's dad was alive at the end? I saw that scene.
Yeah, I don't even remember. Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
Fun fact: this movie, The Amazing Spider-Man, came out the same year as The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, so Pika, this is this whole thing about I can only review what's on the screen. I can't review what they wanted to do later. It's like saying maybe, if someone says Batman and Robin is a bad movie, you could say, well, in the next one they were going to explain it all. Like, I mean, I don't like I
By the
can't
way,
explain things later. Like, I need to know what if it
the
matters to the
Lizard.
movie I'm watching, put it in there. Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
He's played by Reese Ifans as Kirk Connors. I mean,
He's not a bad actor.
he wanted to turn the whole city into lizards.
that is a lizard plan, even though it seems kind of silly, and I thought it was a bit silly myself. But that is one of the things he's tried to do in the comics, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
But
So then 2 years later, you got what people consider to be the worst Spider-Man film of all time.
yeah, now we're getting into like the villains here were all bad.
What do you think of
Spider-Man
this
looked
one?
cool. Okay, I think Spider-Man looked cool.
Yeah,
I
here's
think
the
he
costume right
acted
here.
well. Yeah, did you think he behaved well? Like, did you like his mannerisms and stuff? I thought he
Well,
was a good.
he did crack jokes. Hey, my name is Spider-Man. You can call me Webhead, you can call me Amazing. Just don't call me late for dinner, you get it?
Yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, I liked Spider-Man in this movie a lot, but everything else was bad.
I mean, when you
That's the
look
problem.
at this costume is like the Todd McFarlane.
Yep, I love I love Todd McFarlane. I collected
Real
that
quick,
series.
going back to the toy. What about this suit?
I mean, that suit's cool too.
Someone told me like the raised webbing was weird.
It is a little bit weird, but I accepted it.
Yeah, I mean, this to me looks like Spider-Man. And when it comes to the villains in the movie, you first had Jamie Foxx as Electro.
I mean, if he was green and it was the proper Electro, I'd be more into that.
Let's see, who here wish they would have the Spider-Man 4 with like Dylan Baker who played
Yeah,
Connors, and he became the Lizard. And probably wait, Carnage too?
no, that would have been way better because they were prepping that, right? I would
Who
have
the
liked them
Lizard?
to. Yeah, because his professor, who he kept saying, "Oh, Peter, you're late on your assignments." He had his arm was missing, and that's Doctor Connors, right? That's Lizard.
So, yeah, Skeptic says Andrew is underrated.
Why is he? Oh, Andrew Garfield. Yeah.
Yeah, he says I
Um.
think Andrew got cut short. He's an amazing guy and didn't deserve to getting canceled for Tom.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Let's see,
He got.
Raimi's.
Wait.
I
What do
agree,
you?
Truth.
Hold on, Andrew. We didn't get your. What's your opinion? Do you like the bigger eyes or the smaller eyes for Spider-Man?
I'm okay with both, but like I like the triangle eyes from
Yep.
the. I mean, look, Truth and Ryan say the Raimi suit is God's suit and unmatched.
I like the lizard design. I wanted to keep him in the lab coat. Yes, I super agree with Ryan on that. Because now he's
Too
a
many
man.
cooks in the kitchen ruined the Amazing Spider-Man series.
Yeah, I agree. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is Andrew was under. Yeah,
They
he's
made
under. He was good, but as far
they
as
made
suit
Andrew
live
suit in
action,
the.
yeah, I agree with that. Don't get ahead of me, Andrew. Hold on. I think we got Andrew cut short. Yeah, okay, so we saw that. Raimi's suit
Raimi's
also is yeah. Raimi's suit was cool. Amazing Spider-Man eyes of the Amazing Spider-Man 1 eyes. I don't know. I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 eyes for me.
I mean,
Um,
look at the big eyes right here.
yeah, Raimi's suit is probably the best overall, but I don't know. I like Amazing Spider-Man 2 as well. It's a tough call. What kind of cereal should I get? I don't know, Skeptic. Figure it out.
The story was Sony did not tell Andrew Garfield he was being fired.
Oh, that's dirty. Dirty Sony.
Yeah, well, let's see. Well, then after the bomb that was this movie, the studio went to Marvel, gave us a brand new Spider-Man, Tom Holland.
Yes, yes. There you go.
Now, when they first brought in a new Spider-Man in the MCU, what were your thoughts?
Well, I liked him a lot. When I saw in Civil War, I thought this was really cool.
Let's see, Avi Arad messed up everything. If they just let this happen like he was supposed to do, the Amazing Spider-Man would have been the best. Oh, what?
I'm not sure about that.
Trash Holland.
Trash Holland. Okay, so when this happened in Civil War, I thought he was pretty cool. What did you think?
I was on board first. I was on board because I heard originally that Kevin Feige wanted one of the other guys in this film, like Garfield or Toby. But
Yeah, but I mean, when he appeared, it was pretty neat, and his eyes moved. Do you like that or no? That they
that was
actually
pretty cool.
squint.
But
It's kind of neat.
and then yeah, but apparently like here's Tom Holland right here.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
I thought
mean,
this was pretty cool, and like Civil War, the whole fight and
let's see.
everything was really neat.
By the way, Marvel Studios did not want it Tom as Spider-Man. Really? Let's see. Oh, that's true. She was Mary Jane.
I like that actress. She's from the Divergent movies, right? Which I actually have all three of those. Oddly enough, I thought those were a bit cheese, but I like them.
The
Best new
best scene
Spider-Man I've
was
seen.
him and Tony talking in his bedroom.
I mean, I'm not a fan of them putting him with Iron Man. That's my only problem, really.
Tom was the best in the Civil War and the Avengers films. That is true because when you see him in the team up films, he is Spider Man, but not, when he's in his own solo film, not so much.
Yeah. So, what did you think? I mean, what did you think of Homecoming? I mean, look, it's
Well,
not the Spider-Man that we want, but it's not too. I don't think it's that bad. I know everyone bags on it, or at least in this
here's the
thing,
thing.
everyone's like
When I
Vulture
first
was really cool to me.
when I first saw the film, I was in like in college,
Yep.
and I was already a Spider-Man fan, so I was getting excited to see him back on the big screen. And after I saw him, I liked it at the time, but looking back on it, my heart still goes to this guy.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to. I don't think you have to abandon your love for one to enjoy someone else, right? Like
No, I
that's
mean,
my
give
thing. Like
myself
I
a
love Christopher Reeve, but any Superman, I'll take. Like Toby is too. He's kind of. I think he's maybe too old now to do it, right? So they had to find someone new. They'd have to find somebody new to continue it
I
on,
think
right?
Toby was like in his like 20s when he first played it.
I don't know how old he is now. That means he's 40s.
Cap, a much better role model.
Yeah, Captain America is a better role model. Yeah, yeah. They made
Oh,
him,
I
but
hated that they made May too young.
yeah, Trash Holland. Keaton was the best
Keaton
part.
was
Yeah,
the
Keaton
best
was the
part.
best part for sure. Yep, I love him.
Keaton was a Raimi villain.
Yeah, I mean, it's like yeah, I think he's trying to say that like Keaton did it like it almost could have been a Raimi villain or whatever. Yeah, I agree with Sean. The villains were the best thing. Like Mysterio is awesome and Vulture is awesome, but then everything else isn't as good.
Oh, I agree with your truth. Tom Holland's films look and feel nothing like Spider-Man.
Hold on, Toby is 57 years old,
Oh wow!
so
But I agree with Truth's comment.
right. I mean, again, but see, we always get into this argument of what does it feel like to you, right? Like I don't feel that the Man of Steel movie is Superman, right? So and people
That's a
disagree with,
whole different discussion.
right? Exactly. But so what I'm saying is that who do you go like? Some people believe this and others believe that, right? Like that's
Yeah.
how it goes. You have to
Well,
go
here's the
by.
thing. Wait, when it comes to Spider-Man, to me, Spider-Man is the dude who always wants to do the right thing and go out and follow his uncle's words with great power comes great responsibility, and is a geeky nerd who takes pictures for the Daily Bugle. And you want to know who did all that? Tobey Maguire.
So do you not think that Tom Holland is doing that?
Well,
He
he's
is.
not a geeky nerd. He doesn't
He's a nerd.
he
Yeah,
doesn't follow his uncle's words.
he does follow his uncle's words.
He doesn't take pictures for Jameson.
Because there is no newspapers anymore. Everything's online
All
now.
he cares about is want to being an Avenger.
Well, these things are from the comics too. Like the current there's not really a Daily Bugle. It's more like a website now. I think in the modern comics, it is kind of like it's a different version,
He
right?
doesn't
And it's like
he doesn't want to do the best to be a hero and go out and save the day.
he does.
Like,
He always talks about how he wants to
let me
save
give you an
people.
example. In Far From Home, when he was approached by Nick Fury to help him save the day from the elementals, he's like, "Nah, I want to go on vacation and be with MJ." That's not Spider-Man.
Right. Okay, I know but again, he's learning his way. Like the examples that we're giving for Spider-Man are the examples I give for Superman, and the arguments back to me are, well, he's learning. He'll be the regular Spider-Man later. He's still learning.
Thank you,
That's
Ryan.
what,
Thank you,
right?
Ryan. He says, "I want Holland Spider-Man to be his own hero, not relying on others."
Yes, that I agree with. That I agree with. But I
Because he
don't
relies
agree
too
that
much on the
Spider-Man's not
Avengers.
saving people. It keeps
Because
getting hotter and hotter.
he doesn't make his own suit. Yeah, he uses AI to help him.
See, the problem is that Bruce Campbell was going. I know that would have been so good, just from the end of the movie. Yeah, the thing is, I don't like the pairing of Iron Man with him because I don't like putting them together. I want Spider-Man to be his own hero.
And the Vulture and Mysterio were only villains because of Iron Man.
I think Vulture was just a villain anyways because that whole because
Stark
they robbed
Industries
him.
come out of his job.
I don't think that was Stark. Was that Stark Industries or was that Damage
Yes.
Control?
Because Damage Control was funded by Tony Stark. It's in on the TV.
Okay.
Let's see. Holland Spider-Man needs to learn how to be his own hero and not trying to be like Iron Man. Facts.
Hold on, you're getting ahead of me in the comments. Let me go. Hold on, Andrew. Look at
Uh,
suit from Far From Home.
you heard them?
I don't like the suit that much in these movies. I
You
prefer
come on
the.
the red and black one here.
It's not too bad, but I wish it was more like the classic Spider-Man.
Here, let me this one right here.
I mean, it's okay, but it doesn't look like it. I want the normal. I want the Sam Raimi suit or the Amazing Spider-Man 2
Oh,
suit.
so something like one of those two suits.
I don't like this suit that much. I don't mind that it's black because that's neat. The first, I think, I'm not sure if it was Ditko who did more black,
And here's the difference.
and
Like
then
when he
John
wants to do
Romita
more
did more
blue.
blue. Yeah, I think maybe Sean, if you're listening still, who did more blacks? I think Ditko did more blacks and Romita did more blues. That was always a thing in the comics. Iron Man Jr., yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't like that take at all, for
Yeah, he
sure.
like Mr. Every time I always hear
I agree
Mr.
with
Stark,
this.
Mr. Stark.
Yeah, I don't like any of that stuff. We need to do a Spider-Man.
I mean,
We need to do a
that is
Spider-Man. I mean, it's too hard to do those two characters. Batman always wins, in my opinion, and stuff like this. First Prince of
this is the
Spider-Man is
first.
classic.
Oh, the reason I love Snyder's. That's a different topic.
Yeah, we're gonna. It's fun as well. Yeah, we always beat. I know everyone. We always beat that up.
Every
But
time,
my point is just that if I don't feel that this is something, that's what people are saying. People are saying they don't feel that this is Spider-Man. Well, I don't feel this. So how do you argue that? Right? Like, do you then
yeah,
see, here's a question to you, Andrew.
well,
Should they not make any more Spider-Man movies if they're not going to make them in the same style as the Tobey Maguire movies? What are your thoughts on
ooh,
that?
man,
See, this is the problem, right? Like, this is the question. Like, because if you're not going to continue it, then what's going to happen, right? Like, you can't if you say I don't want any more James Bond movies now that Sean Connery's done. Well, then you're not going to
well,
have any
here's
more
the
James Bond
thing,
movies,
okay,
right?
man.
What?
With the rumors right now, people are saying that all three of these guys are going to be meeting.
Mhm.
Are you going to be down for all three of these guys meeting?
I mean, I don't like multiverse stuff that much. It's getting a bit irritating. Spider-Verse was a fun cartoon, and if they want to keep doing them in cartoons, I think
Oh, I
that's
almost
really
forgot
cool.
about that film. I almost forgot about that in our history lesson.
Oh, we didn't do Spider-Verse.
Yeah, so
No, Pika. Sorry, this is Andrew and me only for today. If you want to do something with just you and me, let me know and we can figure something out. But today's just Andrew and I only. I'm not bringing anybody else in.
yeah, when I first saw this film, it was a special screening a few days before the official release, and I went to the theater, saw it, and I was in awe.
It looks really nice on a 4K 65-inch TV, and I sit like 5 feet away from the TV, so it's like huge.
Yeah,
It's really
because
pretty.
my
It's a
top
pretty
three
movie.
Spider-Man films, along with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1 and 2, it's this one.
Yeah, this is a really cool movie. I just want to bring it back to individual hero aspect. Yeah. You're cool, Ryan. No worries. Sue's kind of bland. Yeah, it's a bit bland. I hope they kiss him and. Oh no, I don't think that's gonna happen. If they stop making Spider movies, right, let's go back to Marvel. Right. Well, they're not gonna stop. I'm just asking as like a general question.
And I want to see these three. Oh, you're talking about the actors, Spider-Man
Interesting.
actors?
Yeah, so
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, see, when it's a cartoon, I think you could do a lot more because it's automatically perceived as being something for fun. So the fact that this had some heart to it, and it had a little bit better storyline than you would expect from a cartoon. Like I always expect everything to have good storylines, but this was pretty cool. And you know what I really liked was the Prowler. I thought the
Yeah,
Prowler was awesome, and I
yes.
loved him. I thought he was so cool
And
in
you don't
this.
know a fun fact? Apparently, before they got Peter P. Parker was Jake Johnson. Apparently, before they got him, they were originally going to make Peter P. Parker off Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
I thought the Spider-Man in this movie was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man because when
The
they
one that
showed
died, or the one that was fat.
no, the one that was the like the current one that's in the movie, it looked like it was a Tobey Spider-Man because they're
I mean,
showing
this
back.
one right here, this guy right here.
Yeah, because when they're showing his backstory, it looked more like they were showing
Well, he said
the
like
Tobey
I
Maguire
buried it in
movies.
May. He's like, I buried it in May. My wife and I split it up.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Pikachu, we
Yeah,
talk about Pokemon. I
yeah.
don't know anything about Pokemon. Unfortunately, I don't
Miles
know
was a
very
great
much.
character.
Yeah, he was good in that movie. I liked him.
What if all the Spider-Man girlfriends hugged? What?
I mean, some of them are dead.
Oh, too soon. Too soon. So yeah, and let's
Yeah,
see.
I think so. Yeah, I think this is what we were saying. I think they took inspiration from the
Yeah,
Toby
because I
movies.
remember in the opening, you show like him stopping the train, him
Yep,
stopping that car, and the emo dance.
yep, yeah. So I think it was supposed to be the Toby Maguire Spider-Man.
And they were even trying to get him to voice him in that movie.
That would have been amazing. I think that would have been really good. I would have really liked that a lot. I think that would have been really nice if they could have done that because that would
Yeah,
have been a great way to bring him back.
yeah. I mean, they even like they said, someone said earlier, they were gonna do a deleted scene showing Spider-Ham talk to the three live action actors.
Okay, PK, you want to talk about Zack Snyder films? All of them, including Sucker Punch and 300 and Dawn of the Dead and The Owls of Ga'Hoole?
Yeah, 'cause I know
Let me
that.
know.
Yeah, because I know that you said this more earlier that the next one me and you can do together is Doctor Who.
We could do Doctor Who for sure because you like Doctor Who, yeah.
Yeah. So, so other than the movies and the cartoons, have you played any of the games?
Oh, I played the Sega Genesis Spider-Man.
Oh,
Um,
okay, look
do
at this.
do do Sega
Anthony says,
Genesis Spider-Man.
hold on, real quick. Anthony says, fun fact: they tried to get Andrew Garfield and Toby for the Spider Verse, but they both turned it down.
Yeah, I'd heard about that.
The Sega.
He looks thicker. Yeah, that's the one right there. That first one. Oh, it was so awesome, man. I played that, and I played Total Carnage or Maximum Carnage.
Oh man.
Maybe it was called that one. And I think there's one called Total Carnage too, maybe.
They did one based off the '90s cartoon.
Yeah. And then I
fun fact,
played. There's one for it was either
the
Nintendo
first big
64 or
Spider-Man game
GameCube.
was this one right here.
Yes, I played this one. They had the same game for. I'm not sure if it was a GameCube maybe or was that the one on GameCube as well? Because I had GameCube. I'm not sure if that was the one.
Fun fact: the Raimi films got movie-based games.
That Prowler was great.
Yes,
Played
you see
Spider-Man.
here
Yes, we're talking about PS4. I don't have PS4.
the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy got movie-based games.
Thank you. Yeah, so I liked Spider-Man 2. There's a Spider-Man 2 game for maybe Xbox. That was really cool.
Spider-Man 2? Hold
I
on.
I think it was called Spider-Man 2 Xbox.
Was it this?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
This is the one based off the Spider-Man 2 movie.
Yeah, it is so hard to defeat Doc Ock. Steve could not do it, but I did. I did defeat Doc Ock at the end.
Did you know that they were able to get some of the movie actors back for this game?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire voiced Spider-Man.
Oh, wow, I didn't even realize that.
Really? And he did.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like I said, based off a movie, you get the movie actors.
Oh, sorry, Steve. Steve did beat Doc Ock. Sorry, I tried to throw Steve under the bus and say that he did. I tried to make it look like Steve sucked by not. Okay, so Steve and I both defeated Doc Ock, but it was very, 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 very difficult.
Alfred Molina was in it too.
Wow, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, and Toby did a lot more jokes in the games than he did in the movies.
Yeah, Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2 is hard.
Yeah,
he was really
maybe when we go off stream, I'll show you that Toby voiced him in the game.
Yeah, okay.
Right, so
and we're gonna end off pretty soon because I try to keep these around an hour.
Sure.
So
I'll keep going a little more. And then Spider-Man 3, the movie, got a video game too.
Hey, did you cry in Spider-Man 2 a little bit, Andrew?
What happened?
In the movie where, I don't know, at any point where the hero speech or any of that stuff?
Hey, Skeptic, bring me a name of a scene that made you cry, and I'll see if that happened to me.
You know what? I get very choked up when Aunt May does the speech about heroes, and she's like, everybody needs a hero to look up to, and they keep us.
If I can name one
I like
scene, if I can name one scene, is that when he gave up being Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was pretty sad too. Like all that stuff is very good.
I mean,
because
the way it was like, you see him in the car with Uncle Ben, he's like, "Take my hand, son," and he's like, "No, Uncle Ben, I'm just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man no more."
Yeah. That whole thing was good. Yeah.
Train scene made you cry?
Hey, fun fact: one of the guys in the train scene is Danny Hicks, And Danny Hicks is from Evil Dead 2 because Sam Raimi always uses the same people. So Danny Hicks was from Evil Dead 2. He's the guy. He's one of the guys in the train. So that was kind of cool.
Oh, and fun fact: in the movie-based games of the Raimi films,
Yep.
other than following the plot of the movie, you had Toby's Peter, Spider-Man fight some of the more classic films like the Shocker, the Scorpion, the raindrop scene.
Come on. All right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Besides following the movie, there's also a lot of cool like other villains to fight too. It wasn't just like Doc Ock. You fought a lot of villains.
They fought like the Shocker, the Rhino,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Hey, do you still have that Spider-Man toy? Do you
Oh,
still have the Spider-Man toy you're talking about from when you were a kid?
Not entirely, but I do have a different kind of one.
Let's see. Let me make you full screen. Hold on.
Yeah, I got this.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't have the one I had when I was little because I was so long ago.
I had the Secret Wars Spider-Man.
Oh, and my dad got a tattoo of you know the. Let me bring up the picture.
Well, hey, you know, I've got my Spider-Man tattoo.
No, that's not it.
There's my Spider-Man. Actually, it should be.
Dad got a picture of the Black Spidey when he made this pose.
I have that comic.
Yeah, my dad tattooed Spidey doing this pose with my name on it.
Are you wait? What did it say? Say that again. What happened?
Okay, so my dad had a tattoo of the symbiote Spider-Man doing this pose from Secret Wars, and underneath he had my name.
Oh my god, that's so cool!
But instead of with the hands out, it was like this.
Right. That's cool, man.
So where was I? Yeah. When you say them PS4, now this is the game they were talking about.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
Some of the villains in this game look really cool. Like Scorpion looked really cool, I thought, in this game.
And they made Doc Ock's kind of similar to Alpha Marlene's version, but instead he gets shunned by Norman Osborn.
I'd like to see Scorpion next. Can you show a picture of Scorpion from that game? Like PS
sure.
Do Scorpion? Because I always thought like he looked really cool. Yeah, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and here's how what Doc Ock looked like.
Oh yes. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and also they had the Shocker.
Oh, he looks really cool, actually. He looks way better than the movie. They ruined that character in the movie, I thought.
Yeah, and who else? They had the Vulture.
Oh, I love Vulture, yeah. Yeah, I had this as my wallpaper for a while.
There's a Vulture and Electro.
I don't like Electro as much.
Yeah.
I think the Vulture I like is from Marvel Strike Force. You can do if you do Marvel Strike Force Vulture. I think that's like the best one. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. And like, yeah, that's my favorite. I think that's my favorite Vulture from games. That's a game that Steven and I play right now. We play it every day. As soon as I end the stream, I'll be playing it.
Hey, look at Dave's comment.
Oh, sorry, I haven't been paying attention. Okay, Dave, I love the PS4 game, but the only issue is the face change of Peter Parker. I don't know why. Is there a face change?
That's the face change.
Oh, I mean, it is what it is. You're in the mask most of the time, right? So Secret Wars figures were great, man. I almost had the black suit Spider-Man, and unfortunately, I couldn't get it. It was a long story, but that was so good. Anthony, you spent money on that on the PS4 game.
Much money. Wow,
money.
Money.
All right, so okay, Andrew. Let's start to wrap this up. So, what are you looking forward to in the future for Spider-Man? What's your future?
Well, I said before, see if these three guys actually meet in the movie in December.
Oh, so you want to see these guys meet up in Spider-Man 3?
Yep.
Would that save it for you? Like, would that save the Tom Holland?
Yeah, I mean, because I liked Homecoming when I first saw it. I didn't like Far From Home. Other than Mysterio,
Far From Home is not as good except for Mysterio.
Except for Mysterio and his illusion scenes, the movie's trash.
Yeah, that movie. There's a lot of stupidness in that movie.
Yeah,
I don't
my
mind
top.
Homecoming as much, but yeah, part two, there's a lot of stupidness. Like, oh
Yeah, let's
god,
hope that the multiverse route they go makes up for it. Because
we're
I mean,
hopefully.
because I'm reading that you're gonna have all three Spider-Mans go up against the Sinister Six, and it's gonna be villains from the other franchises. You're gonna have Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin as the leader, Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, Thomas Hayden Church's Sandman, the Lizard from the main
Oh,
Spider-Man
there's so
one,
many.
uh, the Lizard from the main Spider-Man one, Jamie Foxx's Electro, and the Vulture. That's
My
six.
god, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
you're gonna have
crazy.
the villains from all three franchises as the Sinister Six go up
As you can
against
have
the three
this.
actors.
Wow. That'd be like insane. That's like insane. And then you have all the Spider-Mans or whatever.
Yeah, and
So
it's
all
all
right. Anything else? Anything else? You're okay. So hopefully, Spider-Man 3. What's it called? What's the third one called
no
again?
way home.
No Way Home. Hopefully, the Home trilogy will conclude in a cool way.
In
Um, you know,
in a better
we'll
way.
see how it goes. All right, Andrew. Well, this was pretty good. This was over an hour already. That was very
Oh,
fast.
look
Eh? That
at
went that went
that!
fast. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming on.
All right, anytime, man.
All right, cool. I'm gonna just put you backstage for a minute. All right.
All right,
All
bye
right.
bye,
Take care.
everyone.
All right, guys. We're gonna conclude that right there. I don't want to. I like these to be a little bit shorter, so if people can rewatch them if they want. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to be part of this, again, let me know in a video or like message me or whatever. I'm at Lifetime Nerd on Twitter. You can get in touch with me there. And if you want to do one of these segments, and let me know what character or characters or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna end it off there. I'm going to be back Sunday night in the Danger Room for 6:30 p.m. and that's going to be me, Sean, Steve, and then that's where we'll do the no holds barred dumpster fire streams that happen. But all right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Be seeing you.